I realized that I want to say something in my art about soul and about whole and connections and somehow opening a conversation about the fact that souls are beyond any other layers, any other mask we may have in our life. And when we open up to these soul's connections, we really touch the human being, kind of the archetype of who we are and we have always been in the history of life. So it happened to me to find a poem of David Whyte, a British poet, and I found it resonate very much with this concept that I was working on. And this poem is saying something about the fact that we come from the night as human being, and we cannot really plan about our life. We can just embrace it, and it looks like very kind of similar concept to what in Asia I learned. So embracing the flow, try to just be open to what is emerging. And I started to work on some of the images of this poem and telling that we cannot plan too much, and actually anytime we plan, somehow we put ourselves in a box that does not help us to become who we truly are. And I did a previous painting. Now I'm working on a second one, and I'm working in this painting around these sentences of the poem. Now, looking through the slanting light of the morning window toward the mountain present of everything that can be, what urgency call you to your one love, actually your passion? What shape waits in the seed of you to grow and spread its branches against a future sky? And so I started to work on a study that is part of a series of painting that I'm gonna do on the same subject. And this is the studies of the first one, while this is the study of the second one that is now on the easel. And I wanted to give the idea of a tree, and like the human body of this naked woman is inside a tree, coming up from a seeds or a nest, as is actually evolving in the second painting on the canvas. And I started to write down some words that were most important for me in the sentence in yellow that I just read. So light, window, urgency, one love, toward, through, seed, shape, sky, branches, and future. And so it came out that this painting I'm starting to work on actually has its seed or nest, as I mentioned. He has his roots of a trees and also some branches. But let's say that the complexity and the potentiality of the life are both represented by roots and by the branches. And this lady is inside that is like moving toward a blue sky of the future possibility. And there are windows. One is just with some bars, and the other one actually has a bright sun coming in, inspiring her, and some green landscape behind. So the red marks that I made somehow want to express the urgency and the strength of this emotion inside, and we'll go through movement that I will add it up later. So the lady is there, is emerging from the nest, is going up to the skies, and she will see which are really the branches that she will like to embrace based on the inspiration that she has by her passion, by the light, by the green landscape that open up to future possibilities. The reason why I'm working with nudes actually is linked to the fact that a nude is naked by default, and when we are naked, we are vulnerable. We are naked to the words, so we are not wearing a mask, the mask of the society, the mask of who we would like to be seen by others. So the naked body for me represents a connection to our deeper self, and somehow the nakedness is a nakedness of a body, but is mostly a nakedness of a soul.